I'm Donna Bell. Welcome to this extended edition of Time Travel Plus. This is an exclusive production of WJHG News Channel 7 in Panama City, Florida, where we step back in time and take a look at stories that made headlines in years gone by. In this episode, we're taking a look at the year 2000. The start of the new millennium was a time when cell phones were just becoming more popular. South Walton was quickly developing, the Azalea Trail was in full bloom, and in Panama City, President George H. Bush campaigned for his son right before the infamous 2000 presidential election. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our trip back in time as we explore the year 2000.
Deonna Delilah Anderson is the first new millennium baby born in Bay County. She entered the world at 12:05 at Bay Medical Center.
It wasn't due till the 8th, so it was kind of a shocker.
And that's not the only surprise. A few visitors with People's First Bank stopped by with a grand gift for Deonna.
It feels pretty good. It feels real great. I'm glad that she's good and healthy and glad she gets a chance to go to school.
Joe Chapman, who is very involved in children's issues really across the state, not only in Bay County, thought that this was a good way for us to start the year and to give some children opportunities to go to college is a good way of us saying that this is our future and we want to do what we can to help out.
David Arthur Stewart will also have his education paid for by People's First.
Wonderful. That was one of the best surprises.
Yeah. He is going to be a very happy young man.
David was born at 354 at Gulf Coast Hospital. The Stewarts also received $1,000 to buy a year's supply of baby diapers.
We were very surprised and just very happy. We feel very blessed.
David and Deonna may be the new millennium babies of Bay County, but little Antonio Dixon closed out the year as the last 1999 baby born in Bay County. He was born at Gulf Coast Hospital Friday afternoon. Christina Lombro, News Channel 7.
While some workers are stacking mortar and cement, Watercolors resident horticulturist Stephen Greer is using elements of Mother Nature as his building blocks. The unique goal, a man-made development that preserves the natural look of the native southern coastal landscape.
We wanted to be very conscious of that and keep the quality of plant life there as much as possible, which means we've had to go to extra lengths to work our way around it.
And he's not kidding. Greer has gone so far as to individually select these native pines for their size and height and move them from one spot to another on the property. The outcome? A site that satisfies the aesthetically sensitive as well as the environmentally conscious.
We're looking for plants that can maintain themselves at a quality level and give the beauty that we're looking for and also reduce our efforts of having to try and keep them that way. That's just a more environmentally sound way to go with it.
It's always been a really big deal for Bay County. It's kind of like, it's an honor. It's a really big honor, and it's also really fun to wear the dresses.
With the passing of winter and the dawning of spring comes the Panama City Garden Club's annual Azalea Trail.
There's no competition in talent. There's no competition in anything except poise and how they come across to the public. We want just for the girls and their beauty to be shown throughout the city.
More than 80 young ladies took part in this year's trail.
It's Panama City tradition, and since I was a little girl, I've driven down the road and watched everyone in their big dresses when I was little, so I really wanted to be a part of it then, and I just kept on wanting to be a part of it.
All the participants in this year's Azalea Trail were competing for one coveted spot, Queen.
This year, as in past years, the Queen of the Azalea Trail will be appearing several times throughout the year at various city functions and county functions.
And this year's Azalea Trail Queen, Miss Cynthia Barnett.
I was surprised. You know how I'm one of those that's speechless, that doesn't know what to say whenever something like that happens.
Were you expecting it to be in?
Oh no, Lord, no. Woo, no. I was like, I'll be number 5. I was not even worried about it. That's the whole reason why I wasn't even nervous the whole time.
And those who didn't win the honor of Queen are still honored to participate in this unique event.
I enjoyed dressing up, and I saw girls doing it, and I heard about it and decided, well, I'd like to do that. And I love getting all dressed up and in little frilly dresses. So.
I've always wanted to wear an antebellum dress and sit out on the lawn and wave to everyone.
In Antebellum Bay County, Jeremy Pate, News Channel 7.
Thousands of people travel up and down Econfina Creek every year as a way to get away from it all. Today, many of those people came together to help give the creek a healthier look during the 3rd annual Econfina Trash Bash.
People don't care what they throw out on the creek. Car seats, barbecuers, garbage, trash, they don't care. But hey, once a year we come up here, we clean it up. Yeah, Creek Bash 2000.
Econfina Creek, so beautiful, so quiet, so pristine, so full of trash?
This environment, you know, is easily littered. There are a lot of areas, you know, for debris and litter to be trapped within the creek and eventually build up, you know, and that can cause problems to the animals and life around the creek.
We figure with our boats out here adding to the problem with their canoes tipping over, spilling cans and such into the creek, that we needed to do our part in keeping it clean so our future generations will always have this to enjoy.
And it wasn't just volunteers and canoes helping out. About a dozen divers helped out as well.
We're probably the only ones that can really get down into the deeper areas to find the trash. And when you have things fall in the water, typically the current's going to move them to the deeper areas up under the log. So we perform that function because other people can't get to it.
There are many reasons to help keep Econfina Creek clean.
Econfina Creek is Bay County's water source. Number one to me is, I think, the most important thing. And we are just surrounded by just beautiful, serene, just crystal clear springs, and they're gorgeous. They really are.
Diving out here is not as much fun when it's got beer cans and bottles and things strewn all over the bottom. And the effort here has cleaned up a lot of that.
Organizers of the 3rd annual Econfina Trash Bash estimate that 3/4 of a ton of garbage was collected today.
Spring break has arrived in Panama City, so get used to sights like this. And this. Panama City! And even this. Yes, these are spring breakers spending time in the sun working, not partying. They all had their day in court. And no, not the volleyball court, nor even the tennis court. They spent the day in spring break court. All of the students were charged with minor offenses like disorderly conduct or drinking on the right-of-way. This is Robbie Bowman. He is a student at the State College of Georgia, and he says he was just trying to have a good time.
I had too much fun in Panama City. I drank a little too much and caught busted me for it.
How old are you?
19 years old.
They get you for drinking under 21?
Yep.
Robbie, like many of the other spring breakers who get in trouble, has chosen to perform community service for his offense, but it was not his only choice.
They have the opportunity to either plead guilty and pay a fine. They can plead not guilty and come back to court at a later date. Or in this case, they have the opportunity to take the pretrial intervention, which is the work program. They go out and do the community service, and then the criminal charges are dismissed against them, and they don't have a criminal record.
And having a clean criminal record is important to these future lawyers, police officers, and FBI agents.
You know, if all you did was hit your delete key, generally in less than 20 seconds, someone can retrieve that information.
If you want to spend enough money
you can just about reconstruct any type of data. Again, the key is time and money.
Computers, they're a part of most of our lives. 5 years ago, most of us wouldn't have known the names Napster, Hotmail, or Yahoo, much less what .com meant. With the information explosion we're currently experiencing, topics like privacy and security are coming to the forefront. How safe are you? Probably not as safe as you think.
For most Windows-based computers, they have a lot of security flaws, and the average person doesn't keep up with the repairs or the fixes for those security flaws.
Information on your computer is saved on your hard drive. Think of it as rooms in a house. Each bit of information has its own room. When you delete information off a computer, it doesn't mean the room is gone. It just means the room is available for other things to occupy it.
The information is typically stored in more than one place, and during the lifetime of information sitting on your computer, it's generally been stored in more than one place.
Recovering deleted files off a computer is not hard if you know what you're doing.
You may think that just because you delete a file off of your computer that means the file or that information's gone forever. However, that's not the case. What we're going to do is we're going to create a test document. Then we're going to save that file and delete it. Then we're going to go back and find it using a program I have. Okay, here we go. What I'm doing is I'm saving the file now. As you can see, I'm getting ready to delete the file. Delete. Okay, so now we've created a file, we've gotten some information, we've saved it, made sure it was on the computer. We've deleted it, make sure it's not on the computer supposedly. Now we're going to go see if we can find the information that we've deleted. What it's doing is now is it's searching the deleted files. What we're looking for happened to be saved in the My Files folder, and there it is. All right, I was able to recover the file that I thought I had deleted. But what does this mean to you? A lot more than you may think, according to some computer experts.
By just taking this thread in the directory and pulling on it, you can go back through the directory to each track in each sector and reconstitute it. And it's very much like a map. You just get on the road and you just keep driving and you go from one spot to the another, and eventually you can completely reconstruct that map.
So in other words, be careful what you put on your computer, because deleted doesn't necessarily mean gone. Jeremy Pate, News Channel 7.
One, two, three.
And with that, the expansion of the Marine Park is officially open. Part of the ceremonies had local dignitaries pouring 8 bottles of water from the old tank into the new one. Tom Kaysen, the director of marketing, says the expansion is going to create a lot of new jobs for folks in our area.
In past years, Gulf World was only open 9 months out of the year, but with the new addition to Gulf World, especially the indoor tropical gardens we're standing in, we'll be open year-round. We're creating quite a few more jobs. We anticipate 20 to 25 new jobs will be created within this next upcoming year.
Part of those new employees will be tending to the animals that are in the new botanical gardens. I asked some of our feathery friends if they're happy with their new home. Some of the VIPs that attended today's first grand opening show were in awe of the new expansion.
It's amazing.
Big, isn't it?
It is amazing.
Have you been in the picture?
It's great.
Oh, this is great.
It's really pretty.
The Outdoor Dolphin Show is just a small part of all the new attractions at Gulf World.
We've got an indoor tropical gardens, 20,000 square feet, an 800-seat indoor tropical garden theater that we do our bird shows in. We've added 7.5 acres. It takes 3.5 hours to see everything.
The park is a perfect way to spend the day with the family, enjoying all the activities. Another new activity coming to the park is you're soon going to be able to get in the water and pet the dolphins. But don't ask Tom Kaysen to assist you in getting in the water, like our own Wayne Gentry did earlier today.
Okay, whoa.
Tom won't really help you in the water, but he can put you in contact with the people who can. Some elementary and middle school students from Northern Bay County and South Washington County will soon be attending a new school. The Bozeman Learning Center is set to be open for the upcoming school year. The center encompasses over 34 acres and will house 2 separate schools.
One big school, but it's 2 schools in one. The right is the elementary. It has its own drop-off. It has the left has the elementary, and down the middle is the core facilities, the administrative, the media center, and the food service. The food service will serve both the elementary and middle. They both have their own serving line and can be closed off with a partition.
The schools will also have separate playgrounds and will share the gymnasium, which has 10 basketball hoops. The entire learning center is equipped with some very high-tech equipment.
All the classrooms have TVs in them. We're in one of the assistant principal's offices right now. He's got the cable TV jack. He'll have a television up there. They're all connected to each other through the buildings. You got motion sensors on the light switches for energy management. You know, when you leave the room, it'll turn the lights off behind you.
Also, each building will have a security system and 2-way speakers in each room so faculty can easily keep in touch with administration and each other. As well as being a high-tech learning center, the gymnasium and cafeteria will be used as shelters in case of emergencies.
Basically, we designed 2 of the buildings out here. The gym and the cafeteria are the hurricane shelters. They have to meet the hurricane wind loads, and you can see they've been beefed up with the columns. And
It is unknown right now exactly how many people these shelters will be able to hold, but it is estimated at nearly 2,000.
Ben Lanier is a third-generation beekeeper. Like his grandfather and father before him, he spends his days harvesting hives in the Apalachicola swamps.
We've been working bees since 1898 right here in this same area. And Granddaddy used to put them on the steamboat and take them to Bainbridge.
Things have changed over the past century. Ben and his wife Glynis now run close to 1,000 hives. Ben gets up at the break of dawn and works all day to produce this top quality honey. Tupelo honey is considered grade A honey because unlike other brands, Tupelo won't turn to sugar without being heated. Even some diabetics are allowed to eat Tupelo honey. But in order for it to be produced, weather has to be just right.
This is a good honey day to day because you need high humidity, and it needs to be wet enough, but not too wet. They won't work when it's raining.
This area in here in the WJHG area, the Apalachicola River Valley, is the only place in the world that the Tupelo tree really grows in enough quantity to produce the Tupelo honey and produce the higher quality of honey.
Tupelo honey is made from the Tupelo gum tree. Here in the river swamps, this honey is made in a unique fashion. Bees are placed on elevated platforms along the river's edge. They fan out through the surrounding Tupelo trees during April and May, and then return with their precious cargo. It's then up to the Laniers to take away the honey.
That's what we're doing, is taking the full ones out that are full of honey and replacing them with empty combs. We come down here and take this honey, and then we'll take it back to the honey house and sling it out.
But it's not as easy as it may look. Workers are constantly getting stung. Mr. Lanier had up to 200 bee stings at one time. This right here is a bee smoker. It calms the bees down. And aside from this bee veil and a long sleeve shirt, it's probably one of the most important tools you want to have with you when you're in a bee yard. After all the honey is extracted, it's time for the Laniers to spin and jar it.
It spins real fast and it slings the honey out.
The Florida couple then ships their product out to honey lovers all over the world. In WJHG, Karen Johnson, Florida's News Channel, or News Channel 7.
You simply will not find Jennifer without her cell phone. In one day, we tracked her using her cell phone at least 10 times.
Which hat would you rather have? Would you rather have a blue one or a green one?
Jennifer takes the cell phone everywhere. Like Jennifer, many of us, when we're on our cell phone, sometimes forget what and who is around us. Even if we're at a crowded restaurant, we'll talk on the phone.
Does that make you angry?
Shut up.
Really?
It
be quiet.
Bothers you?
Well, they shouldn't do something like that. I mean, you should have respect enough for somebody to say, you know, okay, I'm in a restaurant. These people try to enjoy a good meal. Turn it off, put it in your pocket, leave it out in the car.
Jennifer disagrees.
Just take a second, and I'll be finished. Just a minute.
That's what you tell them?
Yeah.
But some folks will get mad, whether you're in a restaurant, and let's not even talk about that phone ringing in the middle of that movie you've wanted to see. Some psychologists say cell phones boost people's egos, and that can cause problems, especially when they get the illusion that the whole world is revolving around them, and they're also an important phone call. What can you do? Here are some simple tips on phone etiquette. When speaking in a public place, try to keep your voice modulated. Try to keep those conversations just as brief as possible. If you can, turn off your cell phone. If you can't, try setting it to the vibrate option if it has that. And above all, avoid using the phone while driving. When it comes to cell phone etiquette, the last one may be the most important. That phone call may be important to you, but it could be dangerous to others. Adding the distraction of a phone call could get you and others hurt on the roads. By practicing cell phone etiquette, you could save yourself some trouble.
I don't know if that's the answer to the question or not. Really, the answer to the question is to people pay attention to their driving and make their dialing the cell phone or talking on the cell phone secondary.
Traditionally, Inlet Beach has been a single-family neighborhood, but recently the area has received many large project requests, and the Inlet Beach Water Supply Company just isn't ready for them. So earlier this week, they decided not to take in any new customers. One of the biggest problems is that the water system wasn't originally designed to meet the needs for major development in this area, an issue the Water Supply Company says was never considered in the planning process by the County Commission.
No one thought to come and say to the water company, we're about to let the developers run through your community if you got any water. They didn't do it.
The area's water supply only comes from two sources, these wells. Neither is capable of supplying the water needed for a large project such as a hotel.
We're not talking about the kinds of increases that the community achieved in the past. We're talking now about very large increases in water delivery, and it requires additional infrastructure.
The Water Supply Company stands by its decision to enact the moratorium out of fairness to all affected.
If we let some individual come on, who wants 100 gallons a day instead of thousands, then the developers will get all upset and say, well, you're letting them on, you're not letting us.
Among the thousands in the crowd to hear the former president speak, a lot of families.
Things that are important to us in the family are important to, I feel like are important to our country, to the well-being of our country.
Well, my son Adam is very interested in politics, and this was an opportunity that doesn't come very often, and so we decided that we'd come down this morning and see if we could shake hands with the former president.
In previous years, I'd been interested in the campaigns of the local races, and I really enjoyed it, watching and helping out and just seeing how it worked. I'd like to shake his hand, and I don't really know.
It wasn't just mom, dad, and the kids in the crowd. In some cases, there were multiple generations listening to President Bush. Houston Bell is the first of 4 generations of Republicans.
It's just wonderful to have this little fella here. He's a great grandson, the first great grandson, and he has my full name, Houston Paul.
And little Houston not only has his great-granddad's name, but he also thinks like him as well.
Who are you going to vote for?
Bush.
Bush and who?
Bush and Cheney.
When the president did arrive, he spoke and the families listened. Then the handshaking, autographs, and picture-taking began. And who says hard work and perseverance doesn't pay off?
Answer. Get your pictures.
Thank you, Mr. Bush. Glad to do it, man. You're looking big guy right there.
Thank you, George.
It was neat. It was real crowded, but it was neat. he's real. On TV, you know, he doesn't seem like he would be that personable, but he really came up there and he was just a nice guy. I liked him.
I felt wonderful. I'm glad he had that opportunity. It was a wonderful opportunity for him, something he may not ever get to do again.
He may not get to repeat this experience, but today was an experience many people will never forget. In Bay County, Jeremy Pate, News Channel 7.
President Bush, how important is it that your son win the state of Florida?
Well, every state's important. Florida's a big one and very important, but he's going to win Florida.
This is certainly a tight race. Do you think there could be a difference between the popular vote and the electoral votes this time?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. You keep hearing that every few years, and once in a while it happens, but I really don't think that's going to happen.
Are you surprised?
I think George, honestly, I've just talked to the office, all the overnight polls we live and die by, but it's looking pretty good.
So you're feeling very confident about your son's chances to be the next president?
Not too confident, or it wouldn't be working so hard. No, we feel pretty good about it, yeah.
Are you surprised that it's, oh please, are you surprised that it's this close with your son being governor here?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, Florida, President Clinton carried the state in 1996. So it's a battleground.
Sir, have you had any...
Jeb being governor helps. I mean, he's been an outstanding governor. Look at the popularity figures, and he's working like the dickens down to the wire. He and Barbara are off today in another part of the state. So I think it'll be all right, but I mean, it is a battleground.
What are your hopes for your son if he does become the next president?
Serve with honor. To serve with honor and integrity and respect for the presidency. Get good people around him. He will.
And what lessons from your presidency do you think that he'll use?
You can learn from my mistakes and not repeat them.
Thank you so much.
Democrats have campaigned so far?
Well, yeah, some of them, but not you know.
Okay, and as you can see, we've pretty much been pushed out of the way at this time. It is definitely a madhouse down here, probably the biggest crush of people that I've seen in the Panama City area. And we will try to get closer to him once again and see what else he has to say. But he's certainly a proud father today as he is pushing for his son, George W. Bush, to become the next president of the United States. Joe, I'm going to toss it back to you as we try to get closer to him one more time, because you can never ask a former president too many questions.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Josephus Williams sang the national anthem for yesterday's appearance of President George Bush. It's not the first time he's performed for a president.
I started singing for President Bush and, Reagan, excuse me. And he called me, he heard me sing for Chicago Cubs, and he liked my rendition of the national anthem.
Over the ramparts we watch were so gallantly sweet.
He had me to call at the White House, and I called him, and he asked me what I'd like to sing for him. I told him, oh yes, it's a privilege to sing for a president. I had ever sung for a president before.
The bombs bursting in air.
Ever since I sung for him, I've sung so far for 5 presidents.
That list includes Presidents Reagan and Bush, 2 Mexican presidents, and the president of Ghana.
That our flag was still there.
But performing for the president can be nerve-wracking, right?
No, it's wonderful. The only thing that got me is the first time is when the Secret Service people, they all asked so many questions. But I had no reason to be nervous because I never done anything anywhere. I never been arrested. Yeah. And I don't smoke and I don't drink and I don't do any of those things.
But what he does do is sing for heads of state.
And the hum of the rain.
In Bay County, Jeremy Pate, News Channel 7.
We hope you enjoyed this trip back in time. Join us every Tuesday for this time travel exclusive only on News Channel 7 Plus.